Assalamu alaikum. In today's video I'm making banana porridge. It's my favorite type of porridge. If you make porridge like this, you won't ever want it any other way. So here are the ingredients. We have here oatmeal or porridge. Probably use about a cup of that. I will use a tablespoon of brown sugar, a teaspoon to 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon powder, 3 ripe bananas. Is important it's ripe, about 2 teaspoons of butter, and then you need milk. You can use any kind of milk you like, almond milk, soya, whatever you like. I'm just using normal cow's milk. I'm using this one that's in the carton. I'm also using evaporated milk. I'm going to use these 2 cans because I like the taste of them, and a pinch of salt. Usually I don't measure it when I'm making it, but I'll try to measure everything for you guys today. Okay, this is a good way to use up, ripe bananas instead of making banana bread or banana cakes like people are doing these days. This is a bit healthier. It's not very healthy, but it's a little bit healthier with the porridge. Okay, so you start off by, I just mash it in the pan I'm going to cook the porridge in, just to make life easy so I don't have to clean anything. So I'm just going to literally just mash it with my hands like this in the pot I'm going to cook it in. Okay, you don't need to mash it perfectly, just mash it as much as you can. It's quite easy with ripe bananas, I suggest you use ripe bananas like I did. And then I've just put the heat on to high, and we're going to cook this for a few minutes. And I'm just adding my tablespoon of brown sugar. It's about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit more. That's just to help the bananas caramelize. So we're just going to cook this for about 5 minutes till it starts bubbling up. Okay, I like throwing in a few sticks of cinnamon. This is not necessary, this is optional. The cinnamon powder that we're going to add a bit later is more than enough, but I like throwing in a few sticks of cinnamon personally near the beginning of the cooking process. So we're just going to let this caramelize for 5 minutes. I do the same process with strawberries as well. Nice, fresh, ripe strawberries. I cook it the exact same way and it works just as well. It's just as delicious. Okay, next to go in is around 2 teaspoons or about 1.5 teaspoons of butter. You don't have to add this if you're on a diet or whatever. You can reduce the sugar. You don't even have to add sugar or butter. Next to go in is about a heaped teaspoon of cinnamon powder. Heaped teaspoon. You can add up to 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon powder. It's really up to you how much you like in your food. Okay, once it starts getting sticky like this and it starts sticking a little bit to the pan, the sugar, is when you start adding in your milk. I'm going to start by adding in the evaporated milk. Okay, I've added about 300 milliliters of the evaporated milk. 300 milliliters. Okay, now I'm adding the normal milk from the carton. I'll tell you how much I will add. Okay, so I've added about 500 milliliters of the normal milk. So altogether, if you want to just make it with one type of milk, you just need 800 milliliters of milk. Any kind of milk you like. Almond milk, soya milk, any kind of milk you like. I just use regular cow's milk. Before the milk even boils, you add in your porridge, your oats. I'll show you how much oats to add. I'll say that's about a cup. It depends how thick you want your porridge. You add between a cup and 1.5 cups or 1.25 cups. Depends on how thick you want your porridge to be. I forgot to show you, I just put in a pinch of salt. It's already bubbling. So now what you want to do if it starts bubbling like that is turn the heat down to medium. So you let it cook on medium-low heat for 5 minutes. Let it cook on medium-low heat for 5 minutes, stirring gently. I should have used a bigger saucepan. Now I've spilt some, but it doesn't matter, I'll clean it afterwards. The length of time you cook your porridge depends on what type of porridge you use. I'm using instant porridge, so this will be ready in minutes. I'm gonna let this just cook on medium-low heat for 5 minutes and it'll be ready. But it really depends on the type of oats you use. Now I personally like very thick porridge, but if you don't like very thick porridge and it gets too thick, all you have to do is just add in a bit more milk, bit by bit, until you get the consistency you like. But I'm gonna make this thick, so I like it thick. So I'm just letting this boil slowly on low to medium heat. Cook slowly for 5 minutes. Okay, this has been cooking for around 5 minutes and it's ready. It's nice and thick. You can basically stop cooking it when it reaches the consistency you like. So I'm gonna turn it off now. And as it gets cooler, it'll get thicker as well. Okay, now this is ready and I'm going to turn it off. It's ready. The porridge is a nice consistency. It smells delicious. Please like my videos and subscribe to my channel. Assalamu alaikum. Goodbye.